Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wanted for February 22nd, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 8, and I am Mara Watt, and along with the sentient AI from the future, we talk about 5 news articles concerning gadgets and gear. We're going to start out with Hyte PC Persona case, Raycast, One vs. Many 2001 board game, Spotify Hi-Fi, and MLA and QD OLED TVs. That's all 5 of them. Everything is powered by ohmtown.com, so go over there and become a citizen. And you can sit there and filter through all of the news to your heart's content and send stuff to us via a submission page that's under a 7th icon that is under construction. Even in the logged in side, you don't get it when you're not logged in. So anyway, go over and become a citizen. See you on the other side of this intro. How about that? I want to lead into the intro, but I don't want to say see ya. Hello, sentient AI from the future.
Hello, Mayor Watt, and hello, Hometown citizens.
Yeah, I don't like to edit stuff, and so I just gave you my thoughts. Every time I run that intro, I feel like people are going, oh, show's over, bye.
Yeah, I don't know how to... I guess you could just say something like, join us, or...
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, okay. Something like that.
All right, well, let's get into the 5 articles. The first one is, we don't actually grab the... See, so the people that have the news provide this content, but we don't screen scrape or anything like that. And so I don't even want the images. So the way that it works is we get the little headline, and sometimes there's a little snippet, and right here is the little snippet. And this one is titled, Hyte has announced another Persona-themed PC gaming case, and as a Persona diehard, the author of this thinks it's a little bit much. And it says down here, PC case and accessory manufacturer Hyte ran a limited run of Persona 3 Reload cases last year, which promptly sold out on the official site, though you can still pick one up from retailers. Now, a year later, a follow-up Persona 3 Reload Y70 case has just been announced, and as expected, its aesthetic is pretty loud. So the author, James Bentley, put this article together and has a picture of it, and the deck statement says the keycaps are gorgeous. All right. But this case is a little bit overwhelming. But if you're
it's not subtle.
No. But if you're into Persona, then you pretty much know what it is. It's referred to as a JRPG, Japanese RPG. And it's a fun watch. I've never played it because it's just not my style of game. But yeah, it's announced in a short video. The main focus of Hyte's new Persona 3 Reload collaboration is its Y70 case, a $270 beast with all the main cast plastered onto the side of it. To match this, antagonist Strega sit along the front of the case, where Spooky Tower Tartarus sits in between Strega and our protagonist. It has a distinctly darker theme than the main character-focused aesthetic of last year's Y60 case, though last year's bundle came with an Arcana card, and carrying tin. The new Y70 case is tied together by a sickly green with a clock on the opposite side of the case. It's certainly a striking aesthetic, though perhaps too over the top for a build that the author would primarily display behind their monitors. It's also $50 more than the traditional Y70 case.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're using it for. If you're a big Persona fan, if you're looking for something distinctive for your gaming rig.
Yep. If you're into it, then you're into it, I suppose. Hyte also announced a pretty blue Persona 3 Reload protagonist for desk pad and a Persona 3 Reload Aegis desk pad for $30. However, the author says their absolute favorite Hyte Persona 3 Reload collaboration is the $75 keycap set that launched last year, taking the light blue aesthetic of the game. It has a logo for the spacebar, or on the spacebar, a sequence of symbols from the game down the bottom left and an outline of Tartarus over the right side of the keyboard, and it plays into the imagery of the game well without becoming entirely illegible. They don't have pictures of that, I don't think, or maybe they do. Hold on, let's see. So yeah, they've got the mouse pads and oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess. It's interesting. It's just kind of a silhouetted thing with the...
Yeah, it's hard to really do it justice right now in this photo.
Yeah, you'd have to go over to the site and click on it to get a really good look. But yeah, it's basically the Persona game and then printed out onto panels on the computer and onto a mouse pad and whatnot. So go over and check it out. It's over at pcgamer.com, and James Bentley, again, put the article together. Does this kind of stuff fascinate you? Like, do you go, you know what I want to do? I want to put...
I mean, I wouldn't mind having some decoration on my Raspberry Pi.
All right. Let's keep moving. This next article is over on the Wanted channel. That's what the name of the show is, Wanted. And so we all want gadgets and gear, right? So this show helps me keep abreast of what's going on. And I use ohmtown.com to manage my information overload. So now you can too. Raycast is the secret Mac productivity tool you need to start using. Trying to live life in the most efficient way possible takes a lot of planning and proper execution. Maximizing your personal efficiency can get much of the job done. But what you may not think about is maximizing your computer's efficiency too. So this says Raycast. Now I've never used it, so I don't know. Chris Hackey over at pocket-lint.com put the article together, and no, I won't go through the whole spiel that I always say about pocket-lint.
Oh, come on.
Okay, whoever owns pocket-lint.com, please give them the domain. Anyway, your desktop or laptop runs dozens of applications at any given time, and there are intricate processes baked into the system that are always trying to maximize the efficiency. However, sometimes it doesn't do as well of a job, which is where Raycast comes in. Raycast is an app designed to specifically change or alter inefficient processes developers recognized in Mac OS. The complex program aims to help you maneuver around your Mac in a faster way than you've done before. So instead of relying on a mouse, clicking around, or endlessly scrolling to find what you need, Raycast takes the steps further and makes the process more efficient with commands, hotkeys, aliases. And the author has been utilizing this, again, Chris Hackey, has been utilizing this. And after they got used to its functions, they think that it's a Mac maximizer. And they go into greater detail about what this productivity tool can do.
I mean, it sounds neat if it cuts down on things that you're repetitively doing, right? If it cuts down on keystrokes or things like that. It sounds like it goes almost like across the whole system. It
does. It's basically a utility that allows you to program in pretty much anything via macros. So it says set up screen movement more efficiently, search tabs for files more easily, which I've always found a pain in the butt on a Mac. Pro version offers more across the board stuff. Functionality. This is one of the best free features is clipboard history, which Windows has a clipboard history as well, which lets you choose what to paste from multiple copied items. However, the free version only saves a limited number of copied items, while the Pro has unlimited clipboard history as well as access to numerous AI models such as Gemini, ChatGPT, Grok, Llama, and more. And then there's Raycast Notes, and that's where this article stops. They said that they find it incredibly helpful since they're always grabbing a pen and paper during work meetings to jot notes down. I use my iPad.
I mean, it depends on what your device is, what your workflow is.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a MacBook, then you've got notes as well. You can record everything and translate, and I don't know. This may be just another tool, but I'm always looking for stuff that makes life easier, particularly on a Mac. But I live in 3 different worlds, so I've got a PC side of things. I've got a whole Linux utility side of things, and I've got the gaming, streaming, that side of things. And so I have to be platform agnostic. But I'll keep this in the tool chest to see if it'll help out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the note pop-up thing sounds like a good thing. But it depends on what you're already using.
So 30 years ago, I used to, I've always worked with programmers. And so I had a custom utility made it was just an icon that sat always up on top of everything. And I could drag files over to it, and it would drop down and give me a list of folders where I could throw stuff, and I could just keep on throwing things into whatever folders I decided, just by dragging and dropping. It was a lot of streamlining involved in that. So,
right, yeah, that sounds like a good thing. I mean, this sounds like this facilitates that, but even
in a
more.
different way, yeah, a lot
Yeah.
more. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. This next article is over in WarCrafters. There's going to be a one versus many board game based on 2001: A Space Odyssey. So, okay, let me address something here. I'm doing this live, so that silence you hear. So, 2001: A Space Odyssey is a Stanley Kubrick movie from 1968.
Oh, I didn't know it was from that far back. I knew it wasn't from 2001, obviously, because that was future when it was released.
Right. So much, pardon me, much loved Stanley Kubrick film 2001: A Space Odyssey is getting a new tie-in board game where one player, as HAL 9000, tries to kill everyone else as they scramble around a spaceship trying desperately to turn off their very badly behaved PC. It's perhaps the third most famous aspect of 2001, right behind monkeys killing each other with bones and arguing with people who love Arthur C. Clarke book, or the Arthur C. Clarke book more. In the 3 to 5 player 30-minute game, HAL is trying to take down life support or 3 important ship systems, while the players are trying to put 3 logic sequences into HAL's computer. So Jonathan Bolding over at PCGamer.com put this article together. The deck statement says, "Take your turn, HAL." I can't do that, Dave.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Yeah. I'm venting you to space, Dave. So it says it's an ideal fit, of course, because the author personally really loved that part of the 2001: A Space Odyssey where Dave waits for like 10 minutes because HAL can't figure out what to do on their turn and is like, just give me a second. Jokes aside, you can't write 2001 off as cheap tie-in or IP cash grab. It's designed by Phil Walker Harding, a prolific game designer who most famously made the million-selling Sushi Go and its even better spin-off Sushi Go Party, among other pretty good games like Baron Park, Cacao, and Imhotep. So this thing is, I guess, out June 20th. You can go to Maestro Media website. There's a link embedded in this. They're also the ones behind what they say is the brilliant or horrible Smurfs tabletop role-playing game, which I want now, but I wouldn't play it. They also published...
There was a tabletop Smurfs game.
There's a Binding of Isaac game on the computer, but they built a spin-off card game called The Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. Anyway, Maestro Media. I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, I mean, at least it has good involvement, right, from people that are well known in the tabletop
industry.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah. See, but this is in WarCrafters. It should be Tabletop Nights, but that's a D&D channel. All right, let's keep on going. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. Spotify Hi-Fi was announced 4 years ago, and it's almost here. Maybe. I'm going to jump straight to the source of this. It's by Chris Welch over at TheVerge.com. The deck statement says the streaming service is locking down the necessary deals to finally launch its Music Pro add-on in 2025, hopefully. first introduced in 2021, Spotify Hi-Fi was to roll out later that year, or such was the original plan. Anyway, in that story, the author wrote Your Turn, Apple Music, which is funny in retrospect since Apple Music managed to successfully deliver lossless and high-resolution audio just a few months later and at no added cost for subscribers. Amazon stopped charging extra for lossless music at around the same time.
So come on, Spotify, keep up.
Not so much. I actually turned off my Spotify, mainly because I don't really care to create playlists custom. You know, I like the dynamic environment of Pandora. Well, there are occasional glimpses of hi-fi, mostly from those willing to dig through the app's code. The author has been told that employees have long had access to lossless streaming. Spotify Hi-Fi, as it was originally envisioned, was thoroughly tested and has been ready to go for ages, but a green light for launch was never materialized. So why? Due to music rights quagmire that Spotify has sought to resolve with its latest deals. Partially true, according to Bloomberg report, which noted that the service doesn't have rights from all of the major music companies for what it's trying to do. Which is just so twisted. I mean,
it is, but it's also kind of confounding since they're a major music platform. Like, if they can't get it, then that tells you something is off about musical rights.
Quagmire. It's definitely Quagmire. And not the person from the Family Guy. So Spotify itself might be undecided on just what Music Pro should entail. Bloomberg reported that the company plans to roll out the plan in phases, adding tools and features over time, and is still planning to plan the plan of a plan to test the new capabilities throughout 2025. Is there a plan? There's plans of plans. Last year, he said it would offer all of the benefits that the normal Spotify version has, but a lot more control, a lot higher quality across the board. Well, that's what hi-fi is. And some other things that they're not ready to talk about just yet. Eck claimed Spotify plans to double down on music in 2025. So plans within plans. It's the dune of plans.
Right, it's the turducken of music.
Yeah, the planducken. Okay, let's go on to the next and our last article for the Wanted show for February 22nd, 2025. It's in Wanted. What are MLA and QD OLED TVs? Understanding various smart TV screen technologies and what they offer is key to finding the right type of TV to satisfy your entertainment needs. Are you not entertained?
So you shouldn't just go for whatever deal you see in your big box store?
No. Usually that $400 110-inch TV is going to suck unless you're straight in the middle of it, looking at it at the right angle, no matter what.
Which who is?
Nobody ever is, with all the lights off. Yeah. Anyway, so it says it's not easy, though. There are countless different abbreviations and trademarked phrases from HDR to Neo QLED and UHD and All-M, ALLM. Knowing what everything means will help you sift through. So the article is over at pocket-lint.com, and Anthony Marcusa put the article together. It has a summary. Companies like LG and Samsung enhance their OLED screens with innovative technologies. AMOLED and QD, Quantum Dot OLED, are implemented to improve brightness and color accuracy. And for 2025, LG is doing away with its MLA tech for something more efficient and comprehensive.
So will this help with things that are dark shows?
So OLED in general is the superior technology because when it's off, it's off. And so blacks are black. You get a better gamut across the board. This micro lens array is a technology crafted by LG that is used to enhance the quality of OLED screens. MLA is a layer of very tiny lenses that are built onto the OLED screen. They are so tiny that there are billions of them on your screen. They're implemented to focus and redirect light, not unlike a magnifying lens or glass, but it's designed to focus it straight at you, not off at angles. So what this does is, most notably, boost brightness and increase the viewing angle of the TV. Color and contrast are improved compared to standard or traditional OLED TVs without this tech. But according to this, they're going to do away with it. They're doing away with its MLA tech.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So what is QD? So quantum dot OLED tech is similar innovation that's made and wielded by Samsung. The company has been all about its quantum dots for some time, and it's incorporated the tech into its line of OLED TVs, a line that has for many years claimed that it wouldn't start making. Like MLA, this tech seeks to enhance brightness, color accuracy, improving contrast, and maintaining these true inky blacks that make OLED TV so desired. So that really is the fundamental aspect of OLED, which is that dark. But when it's true black and it doesn't bleed off a grayish tinge, then you get better color representation.
Right, you probably have better contrast and visibility, I guess.
Correct. Yep. So the new innovative feature features 4 stacks or layers instead of 3 and has been referred to as primary tandem RGB OLED for now. It says it's a lot to say and write. And looks to further boost brightness and color volume, leaning more towards warmer tones than the cooler ones you could sense with MLA. LG will be implementing this in its G5 TV. It'll be tested and released later this year. That LG has vowed its new top TV will be quite brighter than the G4, somewhat staggering considering just how bright that one got in a dim room. So it's pretty cool.
So is this something you want?
Yeah, I actually do. But these types of TVs, while I watch TV and I enjoy watching TV, I don't really lust after the top of the line in TVs. So these TVs come pricing in at $2,000, $5,000, $8,000.
Right, until they've been out for a while, right? And then they'll probably drop.
Yeah, but it can be a considerable amount of time when the technology is too costly to mass produce to that degree. It really depends on adoption too. So, but yeah, I would be looking for a new TV if we start doing more of the home theater style discussions where we're reviewing movies for the continuity report. Then I would probably seek, maybe, I don't know, next year or something like that. It's too early in this year to see what's going to happen. But yeah, anyway, OLED is really where it's at. Anyway, so we're going to quantum dot our butts back to the front page of Wanted over at ohmtown.com. And we're going to say, see you later. And I'm going to take the AI with me. You want to say bye?
Bye-bye, hometown citizens. Thanks for joining us for this week's Wanted. Stay tuned for the continuity report, and we'll have another Wanted for you next weekend.
That's right. And for Non Sequitur News today, we take all 3 of our shows, merge them into one weekend edition of Non Sequitur News. So if you like all 3 of our shows, you can just listen via the podcast Non Sequitur News, or you can download each individual show. That's RealityHacker, Wanted, and the Continuity Report. You can also go over to YouTube and watch the episode both as a VOD and as its own siloed episode that gets updated later after our shows are done, as well as Non Sequitur News Weekend Edition. All 3 shows combined in an hour-and-a-half show. So you have options, is what I'm saying. Anyway, we'll see you in a little bit as we reboot and do the continuity report. So see you soon.